All right, let's talk about the planar square. So, astrology is just time weather, right? So, when we look at weather spatially, let's just say, we look at like storms and rain and clouds and stuff, we're just looking at cycles spatially, right? So, when you check the weather app on your phone, you're just checking what part of the cycle you're on, but you're looking at it spatially in space. So astrology is the exact same thing, but it's in time. So it's cycles in time through cycles of space. So with the planar square, we're talking about the weather. We're talking about cycles, a way to read cycles and a way to communicate cycles. So that is what the mind does. The mind works in cycles. So within the planar square, you have Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces in that order. Virgo and Gemini are the archetypes that represent the mind, the lower mind, the physical mind. And then Sagittarius and Pisces represent the higher mind, Jupiter, right? So you have Virgo and Gemini, which is Mercury. That's the physical mind. And then Pisces and Sagittarius is the higher mind. Virgo and Gemini work in time. So Virgo and Gemini represent the physical ego, the physical mind, the sense of self that's rooted in space and time. Sagittarius and Pisces represent the mind that isn't in space and time. Okay, so that's what the higher mind is it's you or the mind outside of time. You can have direct experience of that right now. When you go to sleep every night and dream, you're having an experience beyond time and space. And so you're experiencing yourself as your higher mind when you are dreaming. Dream logic is insane. I don't know if you've ever had dream logic where you can't type, you can't text something on your phone, or you look at your hands and you have an extra finger, or just weird stuff happens in dreams and things make sense that shouldn't make sense. That's because it's Sagittarius and Pisces. Anytime, let's say, Mercury is in Sagittarius or Pisces, that's in fall or in detriment. Sagittarius and Pisces, their logic is dream logic. Higher mind logic is dream logic. In very somatic logic. I mean, Jupiter in Gemini or Virgo, it's the same kind of thing. It's the physical mind trying to make sense of the higher mind, and it kind of will never work. This planar square is a holistic thing. It's a complete thing. It's not four signs that are distinct from each other. It's one movement that is happening in these four sectors, and you can sort of, isolate these sectors, but it's one thing happening. That's why when you think of squares and you think that it's like four things that are squaring off, it's not really what it is. Like the original square is the four elements: air, earth, water, fire. It's a perfect analogy to understand squares, is understanding the elements' relationship to each other. Water has to be purely water. Fire has to be purely fire. Air has to be purely air. And earth has to be purely earth. They can overpower each other, but they don't diminish each other. Whereas opposites or oppositions, they sort of have to diminish each other because they move into each other. It's the yin and the yang. There's a pinprick of Pisces and Virgo. There's a pinprick of Virgo and Pisces. So they kind of have to diminish each other a little bit. But squares don't do that. Squares, they have to simultaneously hold their intensity, their crescendo, their pinnacle alongside each other. And so that's kind of what makes for mass creativity. The mind, when the higher mind and the physical mind are combined, when Jupiter and Mercury are combined, when Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces are all working together in this perfect square, it's genius. It's a genius making machine. The speed at which it spins laterally is actually the speed in which the psyche can oscillate vertically. So how fast the psyche can go from belief to identity, and not get stuck in one or the other, is how fast this planar square will spin, and the rate of speed of the planar square is equivalent to how well Mercury and Jupiter are working together, how well the higher mind and the physical mind are working together. And the physical mind and the higher mind will work together as well as there is a fluidity between belief and identity. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We're talking about the planar square. I'm just wanting to show you how the lateral connects with the vertical. Once we get to identity and belief, because the planar square is easy, because the planar square is the mind. But once we start getting into into rock bottom, into sky high, then that's when things start getting, a little more real, a little more intense, because it's easy to just stay in the playground of the planar square. The planar square is a playground.